Dr. McGowan, will you please present the citation for a second honorary degree recipient and today's commencement speaker?
David W.C. MacMillan shares the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize in Chemistry with Benjamin List for the development of asymmetric orgocatalysis. He was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II in July 2022. He received his undergraduate degree in chemistry at the University of Glasgow. In 1990, he began his doctoral studies at the University of California, Irvine, before taking a postdoctoral position at Harvard University in 1996. Dave began his independent career at the University of California, Berkeley in July of 1998, before moving to Caltech in 2000 as the Earl C. Anthony Chair of Organic Chemistry. In 2006, he moved to Princeton University as the A. Barton Hepburn Professor of Chemistry. He served as department chair from 2010 to 2015 and is currently the James S. McDonald Distinguished University Professor of Chemistry. His research interests encompass a wide range of organic chemistry, including the development of new areas in orgocatalysis and photoredox catalysis.
Dr. MacMillan, by virtue of the authority vested in me by our Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Sciences honoris causa. Congratulations. How'd we do that time? Dr. MacMillan, you honor us with your presence today, and we're really excited and look forward to your remarks. Please, everyone, Sir David W.C. MacMillan.
Good morning. Let me start off by saying, please, please, please don't call me Sir David. The only person in the world I insist call me Sir David is my older brother. All right. But I will start off by saying good morning to esteemed faculty, honored guests, mums and dads, and most importantly, the incredible 2024 graduates of NC State University. I am deeply honored to stand before you today as your commencement speaker. I want to express my sincere gratitude for this opportunity to the incredible Chancellor, Randy Woodson, Provost Arden, members of the Board of Trustees, and my dear friends, Professor Josh Pierce and Phil Castellano from the amazing chemistry department here at NC State. I would also like to congratulate my fellow honoree, Dr. Jim Owen. My name is David MacMillan. I was born in Scotland in 1968. I grew up in a small working-class town just outside of Glasgow. My dad was a steel worker. My mom was a maid. I came to the States to do my PhD at UC Irvine in 1990. I'm now a professor at Princeton, and in 2021, I won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry. Please don't worry, there will be no chemistry in this speech. You're safe. But today, I'm here not just as a Nobel Prize winner, I'm here with you as a fellow graduate. I will begin by stating emphatically that this is a tremendous honor to receive a Doctorate of Science from this remarkable institution, and it's with great pride that I join the ranks of this amazing Wolfpack family. I don't know if I'm officially allowed to say I'm a member of the Wolfpack, but I don't really care because I think I'm a member of the Wolfpack. And besides, having watched those two unbelievable basketball teams in March, why not us? So having done that and then spent the whole day yesterday with Chancellor Randy Woodson, I now feel like I'm ready to run through a wall for NC State. Chancellor, what an amazing guy. I shouldn't say this, but I think we're going to try and hire the guy. He's so incredible. All right. I have been asked as part... This speech could take a lot longer than... Anyway. I have been asked as part of this commencement speech to share some of my experiences and insights with you all. Now, many people ask me, what are the major lessons I have learned that helped me win a Nobel Prize? And quite honestly, I have no idea. I have no idea. But I thought I would tell you 3 lessons that in my life have been really invaluable to me. So lesson 1, it's great to learn from others, but always, always follow your own path. When I was a teenager back in Scotland, my older brother Ian decided to do a pretty remarkable thing. The remarkable thing he decided to do was to go to university. Now, that doesn't sound that remarkable, but no one in my family, no one in my high school, no one in my town that we had ever known of had ever gone to university before. And it was kind of controversial. My mom and dad thought he was just being lazy and trying to avoid going to the steelworks, and that was probably true, but he decided that he wanted to go anyway. He went to do physics, he got his degree in physics, and the day after he got his degree, he got a job, and the salary paid more than what my father made after 30 years in the steelworks. At that moment, my mom and dad came to see me and said, "You're going to university." So the biggest moment in my career was not defined by me, it was defined by other people. Now, when I went to university, though, the formula was that I had to do physics, because that's what my brother did. And I got there, and I was terrible at physics. To be honest, I shouldn't say this, but I hated physics. And I had to go there. It was an 8 o'clock morning class. It was cold. In Scotland, it rains a lot, and the roof would leak, and you'd literally be getting rained on at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I was really unhappy. I tried to leave university, but I was so bad at interviewing, I couldn't get a job. Now, by amazingly good fortune, as part of our curriculum, I had to take chemistry classes. And in my sophomore year, we were introduced to organic chemistry. And for the first time in my life, I experienced a lecture class that I would not describe as a class, but more of a revelation. I understood it, it made sense to me, I enjoyed it, and it really honestly became a passion for me. I had to take these 1-hour bus rides to and from university because I had to live at home. And when I would do that, I would read these organic chemistry organic chemistry books, and it was incredible. It felt like I was learning to speak another language. And the way I always describe this, I almost felt like I was breathing new air. I quickly changed my major, and I loved every day of college till the day I graduated. Now, that same love for chemistry brought me to America, and it now takes me all over the world giving talks about chemistry. So chemistry is not only my career, it became my passport to the world. Now, the moral of this story is that my brother was the greatest role model I could have ever wished for. And if it wasn't for him, I would not be standing here today. But if I'd only tried to pursue his path of physics, I would have been miserable and I would have failed. So learn from others, but in the end, you always have to follow your own path and live your own life. Now, some of you sitting out there have probably found your own chemistry, and that's awesome. But some of you might still be trying to figure things out, and that might take some time, and you might have to try a lot of things, but that's awesome too. But it's important that you find your own chemistry, and trust me, when you do, you will know it, and it'll be fantastic. So lesson 2, don't let failure get you down. Failure is just another word for experience. Now, since winning the Nobel Prize, the biggest question everyone asks me all the time is, how do you deal with failure? How do you deal with failure? And I always think that's kind of a weird question to ask someone who just won the Nobel Prize. But I've come to realize that while everyone experiences failure, we all deal with it in different ways. Failure can be humbling, failure can be frustrating, failure can be painful, but in all cases, failure is just another way of gaining more experience in life. When asked this question about failure, I always like to tell the following story. When I was getting ready to graduate from Glasgow, I decided I really wanted to move to America. I loved America. People who live outside America love America. I was so obsessed with American sports. I'm a huge NFL fan. I loved American TV. I I would watch Starsky and Hutch and Cheers. Graduates, ask your parents, they'll explain that later. So I decided I wanted to really get to America, and using my education, I wanted to do that. So this was back before there was email, because I'm old, and so what we had to do was save up for these airmail envelopes. And I got 5 of these, and I sent them to 5 professors in America, asking if I could come and do a PhD. After 2 months, I got no response. Saved up, got another 5 airmail envelopes, sent off to another 5 professors, nothing happened. Got to 15 airmail envelopes, nothing happened. 16, 17, 18, nothing happened. But when I sent the 19th, I got a letter back from an amazing guy at UC Irvine who sent me an application form. And I filled it out and sent it, and now here I am here today. Now, I like to tell this story because I realized, thank you. Now, I like to tell that story because I realized afterwards the only thing that got me through to the 19th letter was determination to get to America, even though it looked like all of my efforts were going to go to waste. And in life, this is really critical. You have to be thick-skinned at times because rejection and failure will happen, and it happens a lot. I have found people really don't like to talk about failure as it makes us somehow look weak or diminished, but it doesn't have to make you less, it can make you more. In my case, it taught me the value of staying positive, even when I thought my life dreams of coming to America were all but gone. And as a scientist, this lesson of staying positive when nothing is working has been the most valuable lesson of my life. So my second failure story is about the day I received the Nobel Prize. Now, I don't mean the day I found out, but in fact, the day I was presented with the Nobel medal. And I'm hoping we can show the first slide I have on a PowerPoint. Can you see that? Okay. All right, now, I hope you can see. Now, I love this picture because it's me receiving the Nobel medal and I'm surrounded by my family from America and Scotland, but that's not the reason why I'm showing you it. The reason why I'm showing you it is, I hope you can see this, but I'm wearing a kilt, and a kilt is the Scottish national costume. It's a skirt made of tartan, and I hope you can see it. And I'm a Scotsman, so I decided I really wanted to wear a kilt when I got the Nobel medal. But I didn't own a kilt. I'd never worn a kilt. So I went to a tailor, and they took my measurements. They sent my measurements back to Scotland. In Scotland, they made me a kilt, and they sent it over, and it arrived the day of the ceremony, which was great. But then I put the kilt on, and it was really, really tight. It was incredibly tight. I could hardly walk in the kilt, right? So I could hardly move. I could hardly move my legs. My wife called it a pencil kilt. All right. So I was up on this stage, and I had to shuffle over and get the medal, and then shuffle back and get my photographs taken. And then later that night, there was a gala, and there was lots of dancing, and I couldn't dance because my kilt was just too tight. So we get back to the hotel that evening, and I'm really annoyed, and I'm frustrated, and I'm telling all my friends this back at the hotel. And one of my friends, Christina Crammell, she sort of looked at me and looked down at the kilt, and she said, there's a thread right there. And she pulls this thread right out, and I realized it was a thread that had been put in for shipping to allow it to stay in shape when it came to America. And as soon as she took it out, the kilt went boom, like that. So I love this photograph, and I keep this photograph on my desk because, while this should be my greatest moment of intellectual achievement, all I see is the world's biggest dumbass, right? So. Okay, lesson number 3. Try and laugh every single day. Life can be serious, but you don't have to take yourself too seriously. Surround yourself with people who are meaningful to you and that you love and enjoy being around. This means that you should cherish your loved ones and cherish your friends, and if they're really good friends, they'll do the same for you. For me, that is always about being around people who understand the joy of life. Chancellor Woodson has the joy of life. I mean, everyone knows that. And if you remember anything from this speech, just remember the following. Laughter amongst friends and family is without doubt the greatest source of wealth in life. This is absolutely true. And to prove this point, can we show the second slide? All right. So, okay, so this is where you think this commencement speech is really going off the rails, right? This guy is clearly an egomaniac. He's showing photographs of himself as a baby, you know. This is supposed to be about you, not about me. Okay, so why am I doing this? Well, the reason why I'm doing this is right after I won the Nobel Prize, people contacted me and says, can we have pictures of you as a baby? And I said, why? Why do you want pictures of my baby? They said, well, we want to put it on the Nobel Prize website. I said, that still doesn't make any sense. That's got nothing to do with my scientific achievements. And they said, well, we want them. I was like, okay. So myself and my wife, we spent some time looking around my house, trying to find pictures of me as a child or a baby, and we couldn't find anything. So I contacted my sister back in Scotland. She sent us these three, and they're now on the Nobel Prize website. However, I've started to realize recently, I think this is one of the greatest practical jokes that's ever been played. Do you see the one in black and white? I've come to realize that's not me. That's my sister. And my sister recently confessed to this, and I think that's just absolutely wonderful. And people in your lives who will do these things, they just enrich it in so many different ways. So the three lessons are follow your own path, learn to stay positive through failure, and laugh every day. Now, graduates, I have told you a few of my life lessons, but I want to finish by pointing out that all of you have experienced lessons that I have not learned, and the rest of us sitting on this platform have not learned. So what do I mean by this? Well, you're part of the only four-year college class in the history of this world who had to go out and earn a degree while overcoming a worldwide pandemic. Think about that. That is remarkable. I just want to say again, that is remarkable and a substantial achievement, and you should be proud of it, and you should never, ever forget it. As such, as you go forward in life, I ask you to remember all of these experiences, including the tough ones with COVID and the great ones as an NC State student, beginning with the tremendous worry and stress about your own health and that of loved ones, the loneliness and boredom of isolation, the frustration with Zoom calls, the need for resilience, the need for drive, determination, and the need to remain tough when it felt like the world was falling apart. And then from this, the sheer joy of returning to all the simple things we previously took for granted, the reconnection with friends and family and teachers in real-life places as the world opened up, and then the joy, success of accomplishment of learning and being part of this amazing NC State campus life. And now ultimately here today, earning your degree. That has been the collective experience which makes you all an extraordinary, unique group. Now, I just realized this, a number of you, many of you, did not experience a high school graduation because of COVID. And so now you're here today. So at the end of today, I don't want you to celebrate twice as much. I want you to celebrate 5 times as much, okay? I want you to really, really go for it. So my call to action is this. Take these unique life lessons from these last 4 amazing years and use them to build your careers, your families, your friendships, your loves, and your lives. Because you're more equipped to do so than any other class in history. Congratulations, Wolfpack class of 2024. There is no generation of college graduates more ready to take on the world. Know that everyone here supports you and can't wait to see all the amazing things you'll accomplish. Go out there and make your mark on the world, and at the same time, make your loved ones proud. And also make your NC State family proud. Best wishes, good luck, and finally, go Pack.